The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
You feel that? Ah, shit.
User joined your channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sports Insider. My name is Glenn Spillman, and for those of you viewing us, to my left is Shawn Allen.
What's up, everybody?
We are coming to
Happy
you.
New Year!
We're coming to you live from Armed Radio Global, Boston, Massachusetts. Heard you guys got a lot of wind and rain yesterday, and I guess it must have traveled all the way across to the West Coast, because now we're getting it. So,
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. The swirling winds kicked in last night.
So we would like to tell everyone to go to our website, sportsinsideronline.com, and you could look at any of that. You could follow us on any social media there. You could check all about Armed Radio Global, and all of our archive shows are on there. Shawn, tell them how they could download the app for Armed Radio Global.
Your app store on Android or Apple iPhone store, and go download the TuneIn app, and you go to Armed Radio Global and click on, and there's our shows, and there's many other shows on there. But particularly ours on Wednesdays and Fridays, 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern.
Yes, and their little logo is a nice blonde with red lips. That's theirs. So let's just jump right into it. Welcome everybody to the show. Everyone listening in Boston, everyone here. We've got everyone on live.me. I'm doing good. D got Periscope, Facebook page.
I kind of feel like the start of the new year started.
Yeah,
New Year's happened, and I kind of feel like we were like the lineup. Well, our foot was on, ready to start the new year. And I kind of feel like we needed to restart because we got a false start or something like that.
Yeah,
because
we need a mulligan.
I ended up getting sick. Going to the hospital. Now I'm back to the living now. My asthma was really affecting me, and then you slipped on a banana peel, I think is what happened to you.
So you know what? When you have days like this is what you need right here. Ready? Right there. Pop a top, baby.
So I think we will use this right now, the start of this show, as our official restart for 2017. From this time forward.
Yep. Yeah.
So everything else is washed away for the last few days.
All right. So let's get into now. We are live. And we will answer everybody's questions that come on.
Where's our Periscope people at?
I don't know. They'll chime in. But let's dive into some NFL.
Yes.
And we talked a little bit about last night. But, okay, wide receiver, Ashton Jeffrey. Now, he guaranteed.
Alshon Jeffries?
What did I say?
You said Ashton?
Alshon. Why did I think Ashton Kutcher? No. Alshon.
Yeah.
Now, he's predicting. He's got a bigger set of cojones than a Brahmer bull. Because he's predicting. Right now, the Chicago Bears are 3-13.
Yeah.
He is predicting right now, today, that the Chicago Bears will win the Super Bowl next year.
If they have Jay Cutler, they have no shot.
Yeah. So,
that defense is suspect at times.
So why do you think, now a question.
Still like attention.
Exactly, but why do you think players and such and coaches, whomever will ever make this prediction, and who do you think started this out? I personally believe that the person who started all this predicting stuff was Broadway Joe.
Oh, yeah.
But his prediction, Jeff, welcome to the show. His prediction came freaking true.
And calling a shot and all that. I mean, Babe Ruth was calling a shot.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Calling a shot, well, you guys are live today, aren't you? I see you. So he says, shout out for Lewis Reigns. There you are.
So, interesting day in all sports. A lot of news, but we'll just there's some drama going on in Texas, and Texas always drama. When you got a state that has a college football team like the Texas Longhorns, down with the horns, you got to have some drama. And so Texans head coach Bill O'Brien, during the got in an argument with Osweiler, and it was at halftime. Got in a huge argument, and so he's minimizing the argument. He's downplaying the significance of it. But here's the thing, though.
Hi from Kuwait.
Hey, we've got people from Kuwait. Mr. Hussein. Hey, there's your hug, baby. Say, hey, we gotta give a shout out to Mr. Hussein, because for the past, I believe, week, this cat has been tuning into the show from Kuwait. What time is it there, brother? So, Kuwait, and that's awesome. He last time he had several hundred people wherever he was watching the show, but it's pretty awesome. Thanks for tuning in. So when you guys now it's 5 at night. Okay. So when you downplay a argument that is obviously
that means it was worse than what it really was.
Why do you think? And I know it's not politically correct, but professionally, Mr. Campo, welcome to say, oh no, it was nothing. Oh no. But if you watch the video, it looked like a little bit more than nothing.
They want to keep the media out of their hair, is what they want to do.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Janet339, welcome. And for those of you listening in Boston and all across the United States that are hearing me telling people welcome to the show, we have 5 cameras in front of us, and we've got different platforms where people are watching the show as well as listening. And when they come on, we like to welcome them because we are very personal kind of sports hosts. We like to engage our community, and we appreciate everybody. So,
thank you for sharing our video. We appreciate it.
So I think that, well, first off, who cares about Brock freaking Osweiler, and who cares about
Brock
Bill
Osweiler
O'Brien?
Is like Jekyll and Hyde. He did really well last year, and now this year he's like, I don't know.
Court CW, welcome.
The $72 million
Hey, Chillin' Mode 5 is the first day on Periscope. Welcome to the show.
Hey, he's the $72 million screw up this year.
Dude, what? I mean, okay, someone says, okay, we got Ireland's McGregor all the way.
Ireland's in the house.
All right, so
I will bring my Irish out for you.
Hey, if this is the same Ireland, I think you picked Rousey to win. I'm not sure if this is the same one. If it is, you owe me a beer, brother, because I picked Nunez. So, all right, so we're going to 86 that story. Who cares? Now, here's the thing about the Oakland Raiders. Wade Lucas, welcome to the show. Oakland Raiders are going with rookie Connor Cook.
You know, at first glance, when I listened why.
Go ahead, tell me the why. I like to know the why.
Well, I think McGloin's more hurt than everyone's leading up.
Of course he is.
But I mean, Connor Cook, I think they're going to take the best of their playbook. They're going to shorten the pass game. They're going to do what I said that one other team should have done when they had when their quarterback was replaced. They're going to shorten it up to that 7 to 10 yard passing game.
So what you're saying is shorting it up is a nice way of saying they're going to make it dummy proof.
No. They're going to do the West Coast offense.
Right, but they got a dummy proof.
Okay, but they'll give them some strikes. They'll give them some 15-yard strikes. But if that works, and that's what they're practicing this week.
Practice.
No, practice. But I'm saying, we're talking about practice here. And they've got their run game. Because that's the one thing that I noticed. Latavius
Murray. Okay, someone says, do you think? Okay, ask that question again.
Latavius Murray ran against Houston in Mexico City decently. Now they have 3 running backs that are all firing like fine-tuned cylinders.
Okay, well, here's what Coach Del Rio said. He said it was an easy option when he announced today that Connor Cook would start as quarterback over the injured Matt McGloin. An easy option. Can I say it was your only option?
Well, right. So they took what they had instead of trying to go find another quarterback and they took somebody who is abreast of the playbook. They're going to take the best of the play, and they're going to shorten up everything. But if it works and they beat Houston.
Okay, someone says, I have a chemistry exam after an hour, but I will be watching a broadcast, my brothers. Well, hey, good luck on that chemistry exam, and E equals MC squared from what I hear, right?
He says Texas, huh?
Texas, hey, I'll tell you what, this is Texas right here. Damn.
But I think, honestly, this is going to be a trial. This is going to be trial and error. If it doesn't work, they're out of the playoffs. But if they take and they shorten up this pass game and they really pound, they stay with the run. If they stay with that run,
you know what? You know what that says to a quarterback when you run?
No. It'll open up the short passing game.
I understand that, but do you know what it says to a quarterback when a coach puts him in and it's run? It says that, hey,
for a good quarterback,
a monkey could hand a ball off.
He says we're going to establish the run first, and then we will pass. But as long as that run is functioning and firing, I know what you're going at.
Yes.
But for him, it's trying to make him more comfortable with the short passing. Get the run moving. Boom. Then start dropping 5 and 7, 10-yard passes. Boom. Get a 15-yard strike. Some more running. It makes him feel more comfortable with the flow of the game.
Well, I mean, he went to a good school. He went to Michigan State. But, hey, here's the stats so far. He's 14 for 21 for 150 yards.
Not bad for
That's it. That's all he got.
Right.
But all right, now I will say this: Rodney Ingerson, welcome to the show, brother. And where you been, bro? Let me know where you been. And
if Houston goes with Brock, they've already lost.
Oh yeah, Brock Osweiler.
The Raiders' defense will chew him alive.
Okay, I will say this. I will go ahead and make a crow pie, and I'll be ready to eat it if the Raiders win. But I'm telling you,
I don't care if they win 13-11, which I don't think is possible. But
it's you can get 3 field goals and a safety.
Right. So I mean, it can be 13-12. Okay, it's a win. A win is a win.
What I'm saying is, I don't believe. I'm a Raider fan. I like the Raiders. I don't believe in Connor Cook. But I'll tell you what. Let's do a little PTI right now. What's the percentage that you think? Now, seriously, brother, you're a Raider fan. You got the Raiders T-shirt on. What do you think the percentages are that the Raiders win and they beat the Texans?
Right now, probably I would say about as much chance as the world gave Dallas Cowboys on Monday Night Football to beat Detroit.
Okay, give me a percentage.
I'll say probably right now the percentage is probably less than 10.
Okay, Rodney Ingerson says he's giving the Raiders 65%.
I'm saying out there of all the. You talking about all the sports people?
You right now. You.
Oh, I would give the Raiders a 65 to 70% chance.
Oh, come on, man. I'll tell you what. I'll be generous.
What are you going to say? 52?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say 50-50. I'm going to say they have a 50% chance of winning.
And the first quarter is the key. If they come out and
the first series is key.
Well, they have to come out and score.
Well, you got to do a Nunez.
Now, hold on. Normally, Del Rio would put his offense on the field. Because you have a quarterback, do you stick him right out there, or do you put your defense on the field first?
Well, here's what I would do if I was Del Rio. I'd throw him to the Wolves. And
stick him on the field right away?
Rodney knew he would say that. Stick him on the field right away, yes. I'll tell you why. Because you got to get the butterflies out.
Yeah, you get it going because he goes down there, and even if he goes down there and they kick a field goal, he drove them down there and they got a field goal.
Yeah.
You go them down there, they got.
I just say the first series is key. Forget the first freaking quarter of the first series, because if you go out there and you play smash mouth football and you punch the Texans in their stupid mouths like a Nunez did to Ronda Rousey, you punch them in their mouths, you score, and the Texans will look. The Texans will look like Rousey going, "What just happened to me, man?"
I'm telling you, the Raiders defense need to take the best of their highlights this year, string them all together, and put it in one game.
Rodney says, gamble Jack Del Rio. Now, I will tell you this. Jack Del Rio has the biggest set of cojones in the NFL. I'm telling you, because all throughout the year, look at how many times he's gone on fourth down.
He started with going for a 2-point conversion
in
that Saints game.
Rainbow, welcome to the show. AD, welcome. If you already, okay. Now, here's this. Now, Shawn, if I gave you $500,000, what would you do with that? A lot. You would buy a house. Even over here behind the high school, the brand new houses, they're nice and big, 2 stories. Those are going for an average of about $425. So
I could probably find me a house in somewhere in the $350,000 range.
Okay, Sanders 24, welcome. So here's the thing. Adam Vinatieri lost $500,000. He lost it. How do you lose $500,000? Oh, I'll tell you why. How? You miss a field goal wide right, and when he has incentives, a lot of people have incentives in sports, and if he got 90%,
He missed it by one field goal.
one field goal
Where was your head at, boy?
in his arse, obviously.
Yeah, $500,000. Oh, geez.
So he went into last week at 89.6%.
I just look at you like this.
Yeah. So, I mean,
What were you thinking?
500 G's, Gonzo.
Yeah.
Gonzo. Oh, Rodney says hookers. That's a lot of hookers, Rodney. All right. So, Boston. Hey, Mary Elsaway, welcome. Boston. All right.
Come on, Boston.
Listen to this.
Why
I'm gonna
are
tell you
these
this.
people punching out?
I'm going to tell you this. I know everybody in Boston's probably going to go, Brady MVP, Brady MVP. Well, let's
MVP.
Let's that, see, you heard it from the peanut gallery. So let me tell you this: a lot of
Pay all families' bills with $500,000.
a lot of people, sports analysis, whether you're a Boston fan or not, and but here's the thing: here's the arguments that all of these people that I have talked to, and I've talked to former pro NFL players, I've talked to current sports players, not even in the NFL. I've talked to a couple hockey players and a couple UFC fighters. And all these guys watch football, and a couple of them are Boston fans. Now, here's what, and a Boston fan, and I appreciated his honesty and everything. The problem with giving Tom Brady the MVP is
He didn't play the whole season.
he did not play the whole
That should be the
season.
disqualifying factor.
Now, everybody else, full season. It wasn't a full. Okay, let me say this. All right, let's dig this. Now, when Roger Maris, his home run record was broken,
Right.
they looked at the statistics. Well, back then, it was this many games, and today's games, you get a little bit more, so that's not fair. So if we'll make up a statistic. So we'll say statistic A was done in 10 years, and then now in the sport, 10 games. And now the sport added 2 more games, so it's 12 games. So you get 2 more games to break a record, so you really didn't break the record in the same amount of time. Yes, you broke it, but it's not fair. So I don't think by that very definition, you look at statistics for the season now. Because this is another argument.
So you're saying that they shouldn't look at who played longer amount of games?
No, what I'm saying is it's for the whole season. The
Right.
MVP is for the whole
Right,
season.
so that's why I said he was disqualified. He didn't play the whole season.
Now, let me say this. I am not, and I say this, even though that we are live from Arms Radio Global in Boston, Massachusetts, and they've got over 300,000 people listening right now across the nation and across the world. I got to tell you, and I'm not disrespecting. I'm not a Boston fan.
Right.
Okay, I'm not. But I don't hate them or anything, but I got to be real.
Wait a minute. You're a Yankees fan.
No, we're talking football, man.
Okay,
So but now if Tom Brady has more TDs, more yards, all this stuff, and he only played 12 games, and then Matt Ryan and Rodgers and all these people, we'll just say Matt Ryan and Rodgers has a little bit less, and they played a full season, here's my argument for Tom Brady. Tom Brady can say, like, look, brother, I played 4 games less than these jokers, and I have better statistics. So, if you want to play the game like that, imagine what I could have done with 4 more games. In your face, drop the mic, walk away. That's my argument for Tom Brady. I will be on Tom Brady's side for this one. And you have to look at that, because if Tom Brady to do better than those guys with 4 games less, he deserves the
There
MVP.
could be a point in that, but I mean, I don't know. There's a valid point.
Hey, wait, listen. Hear that? We're several thousand miles away from Boston, and I can hear all of them cheering for me right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm saying you have a point. No, and I'm not.
Hear that?
I'm not a Boston fan either. In fact, I mean, Tom Brady grew out in my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
I grew up in Daly City. He was in San Mateo. But, I've never been fond of the Patriots, but
Some guy over here said Raiders.
I have to respect, that Belichick is a master.
Hey,
And,
I'll tell you what.
And he's put together a nice little dynasty. up there.
You know what I want to do? I want to have a couple beers with Belichick.
Oh, he has a boat.
No. Listen, I want to be with Belichick. No media. No, not granted, I'm media, but I mean, none of these jokers around. I just want to chill with
When he
him.
lives a football life, he has a nice boat.
No. I want to chill with him to see what he's like in real life because he's a zombie.
He relaxes. He hangs out with Jimmy Johnson a lot,
Well,
and that's funny because Jimmy's the opposite of him.
Jimmy Johnson. Let's just go. The Dallas Cowboys today signed Jonathan Cooper, played for the Cleveland Browns. Well, hey, welcome to the show, world champion kickboxer Robert Parham. Brother, welcome to the show. How you been? So, Dallas Cowboys signed Jonathan Cooper. A week ago was released by the Browns. Cowboys said, you know what? We're going to pick up your trash, and we'll take it.
He was glad to be released from Cleveland.
Do you know what Jimmy Jones is? He's a remora. Do you know what a remora is?
Jimmy Jones.
No, a remora fish. Do you know what a remora fish
I've heard
is?
of it. I don't know what it is.
Okay, a remora fish, if you watch Animal Planet anytime, if you see like whales and sharks and all that, they're swimming. They got those little tiny fish swimming right next to them, like on their skin. That's a remora fish because they go around and they leech off of these other people and suck the food off of them. That's what Jimmy Jones is.
Tom Brady is the greatest
Jerry Jones.
player of all time.
Greatest player of all time.
I just, I saw a post the other day, and it was a picture of Joe Montana, and it says he's got 3 wins out of his 5 Super Bowls. He's 3-2 in Super Bowls.
Right.
I'm 4-0. It said something about he had 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions for Montana, and Brady had 11 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then it says below that it said. And I didn't need any field goal kickers to win my Super Bowls.
All right.
And like I said, Brady is great. Is he the greatest of all time? You got to win at least one more. You got to win at least one more Super Bowl before you claim that.
But let's talk about that real quick too.
I still don't know if he wins that Super Bowl. Does that still make him? Would that make him in your eyes? If he won this year's Super Bowl, would that make him rise above Joe Montana?
Yep. I'm not even gonna think about it. Yes, I'd be like, and you won't see Brady doing Skechers commercials in 15 years from now.
No, hold on. What's those shoes he wears? Uggs. I'll take Skechers all day.
You know why?
Over Uggs.
You know why he
those
wears
ugly, disgusting looking things?
Wow. Yes, they're called Uggs. 'Cause that's short for ugly. But I'll tell you what.
Ugly dogs is what they are.
When you got a supermodel wife and she's like, baby, they're gonna pay you millions of dollars to wear those. He's like, I'll cash a check.
You cash a check, but she taught him no fashion sense. I'm like, she would be caught dead in them things. Oh, goodness. What is this now? But Montana had...
Robert Parham says you're right on Jerry Jones.
Wait a minute.
What?
He said, but Montana had the best receivers of all time. So what? Does that discount Montana?
No.
But wait a minute. Hold on. Brady's had some of the top. He's had Randy Moss. He's had...
Oh.
No, I'm saying he's had some top-tier receivers.
Yes, I'll tell you what. But you know what? I like Tom Brady.
So you're saying because he had Jerry Rice and John Taylor, that's what makes him better?
Tom Brady, okay, top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL today. Broken or not, top 3. Give them to me right now.
Top 3, right now.
Top 3 right now. I don't care if they're hurt or not. Top 3.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm. Better say Dak Prescott.
Oh, this season, yes, Dak Prescott.
All right, so my top two are Dak Prescott, Tom Brady. My top two, if I had to pick a quarterback, and someone says, "We're taking you to the Super Bowl," you got to call a quarterback right now. Who are you going to call? Dak Prescott or Tom Brady?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. There you go.
And the only reason why I would call Tom Brady is his experience. Now, here's the caveat to that: if you had Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, I may have to flip a coin.
All right.
Yeah, Brady's won more Super Bowls, but I think they're both right up there. I mean,
All right. Well, let's dive into a little NBA action because
they've been busy over here today.
we got a lot of people saying, "You don't talk NBA, you don't talk NBA."
Let's get an NBA hats on.
So let's go ahead and give you your little bottles, and we'll put a little beer in there, and
we got some right there. We can prepare them right now.
stick it in your mouth and shut your pie holes. So, one of my favorite guys in the world, and a guy I would love to work out with, is
his career is coming to an end.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg. Okay.
I would love to work out with Mark Wahlberg, and because I think he's just a cool cat.
What kind of workout?
In the gym, man, pumping irons. Freaking homer. All right, so
Boston Zone.
so here's the thing.
Wahlburgers.
Wahlberg himself pitched Kevin Durant to the Boston Celtics.
Didn't work.
What do you think would happen if Kevin Durant would have went to the Boston Celtics? Now, they got Isaiah Thomas, and Thomas is on a roll.
But I don't know. So you put Durant with the Warriors, and now it takes a already world champion team that's already been to the world championship. It takes them and puts it over the top. If they get there again. Now they got a weapon that they can actually win with.
What I asked
the Celtics, they have some good pieces. Does that make them? It does take them to another level, I would say. Having Kevin Durant definitely takes you. I think having Kevin Durant. What did the Celtics finish at last year?
All right.
What was the last year's record?
All right, let's just go over this real quick. I'll get to that last year's record right now. But let's go with the points per game. You got Isaiah Thomas. 27.8 points a game.
Well, you're good.
All right.
Yeah.
So Avery Bradley's good rebounder. Isaiah Thomas 6.4 assists per game. So Avery Bradley and Isaiah Thomas, one of the top 2-tier people on that team. So now you don't have to be a big name player to be a good player.
No. So what I'm saying is, give me the record for last year. I think if you put Kevin Durant this year on their team, I think Kevin Durant gives them another 15 wins. Another 15 to 20, 15 to 18 wins, we'll say.
Okay.
So you take last year's record.
Last year's record, Boston finished 5th, 48-34.
So now you add, so let's add 15 wins to that.
Okay.
So now you make them 63 and what? 63 and
right now they're 21-14. They're third. They're just under the Toronto Raptors.
So the what? Well,
Boston right now is 20.
So right now at this point of the season, you could probably add about 5 or 6 more wins. I say at least 5 more wins.
Okay.
So now they're 26 and 9.
Okay.
26 and 9. Is that right?
Okay.
Yeah, 26 and 9.
I don't know. You're the math wizard.
26 and 9. That would put them in first place.
Okay.
It would definitely make a difference. I just don't know if it will lead to a world title this year. And the problem with that, I think the reason Durant wouldn't win there is he wants a team that's ready to go.
All right,
now.
So we're live out of Boston. So we got Poland, I think, said hello.
Hey,
Julio Vinnick, welcome to the show.
I think Durant wants to win now, and he
does. But
Warriors are the best ready to win team.
A few years ago, Isaiah Thomas, Brazil. We got Brazil watching in the house. Okay, we got Poland PC2. What do you guys think about the Boston Red Sox? Well, I am a New York Yankee fan, so I would like to give the Boston Red Sox a big cup of suck it. But I love, my favorite player in baseball last year was Big Papi. And Big Papi was the DH for the Boston Red Sox.
Yes.
That guy is 100%
real dude.
The classiest guy in freaking baseball.
Yeah.
I love him. But Boston as a team, I got to be pissed at Boston because
they knew Papi was going to retire soon.
Back in the day, they were down 3-0 to the Yankees, and they came back and won 4 games in a freaking row.
They knew Poppy was a couple years ago. They knew he was getting ready to go, and they haven't really got anyone positioned for his spot. Do they?
The guy said, "Too bad, most of the good players are gone." Yes.
Who's Panda? Is Panda there?
That's what they're saying.
Oh my God! Are you saying Panda's gonna be the next Poppy?
No, not even freaking close.
away.
And these guys in Boston have to freaking understand that Panda needs to freaking go.
He needs to lose about 45 pounds in his head.
Yeah, and around his waist. But that's what I think about the Reds. So, back to Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas played for the Sacramento Queens. And we got the Laker Luke on. Laker Luke, we're just getting ready to talk about Sacramento Queens.
I'm sick of seeing
your nemesis.
Ex-Sacramento Kings doing so well.
No. When freaking Isaiah was here, he was a good freaking
No, I know, but I'm saying, do you know over the last 3 decades, the Sacramento Kings were traded away like 10 world championship teams?
Because they are a bunch of douchebags. So, Thomas scored 20 points in each of his last 19 games. That's good. I'll take a play like that any day.
8 days of the week.
The longest streak in his career. So he joins John Havlicek. I can never say these names right. And Kevin McHale. Kevin McHale's pretty cool. The only players in Celtics history with at least 20 points in 19 straight games. All right? So, 15 assists are the 4th most by a player following a 50-point game in NBA history. Thomas dropped 52 points against the Heat last Friday. That's pretty sweet, man. 52 points.
Where are the Heat at since Wade left?
You know what? The Heat are
last place.
The Heat are.
Who do they have as a guard now?
The Miami Heat, to me, are just, they call them the Miami Stink. You know,
where are they at?
They're 10-26, man.
Oh, they're totally in a real rebuild mode now. You know, they got Chris Bosh down there still?
Yes.
That's it.
Well, no. Wait. Let me kind of dive into this next one. People have been asking on the show, before the show, of what we thought of Jay Crowder and his little whining and stuff like that. So he was sounding off about perceived disrespect because he thinks fans disrespected him. At the Garden, who cheered for Utah Jazz forward Gordon Hayward during introductions for last night's game. So he's pissing and moaning about that.
Shut up and play ball.
But on the same token on that, standing next to him was Isaiah Thomas, who was calmly venting about being passed over for the Eastern Conference Player of the Month. So during introductions, and it's always cool to see what these guys talk about on certain things, but he says, you know what? Who cares who they freaking cheer for? Who cares if you're now he said, you know, my blood was boiling, so who cares? Go out there, score points, get your rebounds, get your assists.
That's it.
So Joe Savo, what's up, brother? So he's watching us on one of our platforms. Joe Savo with Orange Radio Global. So yeah, I mean Isaiah Thomas, man. I mean not Isaiah Thomas. I mean Crowder, because people are asking about what we think. What I think is he needs to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah,
you speak with your play, your actions. You know what? You know what my dad used to say growing up? Actions speak louder than words. So let's take a little trip to NCAA football town.
Oh boy!
So now one of the top stories out there is Lane Kiffin. You and I were talking about this yesterday, and well, everybody already knows. And if you don't know this, and you're under a dadgum rock, Lane Kiffin got fired.
You're out of here.
And Nick Saban said, you know what? Now they were kind of the odd couple of the college football coaching. And
they were, but they made it work, though.
Nick Saban, you know what Nick Saban is? Nick Saban is kind of like, I mean, he's very stoic, very kind of, but he's very, regimented. And Lane Kiffin didn't like the 7:30 I had to get up and be at freaking meetings at 7:30.
Too bad.
He was late a lot.
Give us the money back we paid. You can go somewhere else.
He got, I think, $1,400,000, and he's pissing and moaning because he goes, well, I got to pay alimony, and after I pay all these stuff, I'm not making very much. He told the Sports Illustrated reporter that. Well, you do not tell a media person nothing, that's not proper English, but nothing that you don't want out, because I've talked to many people in the news, and I'm not talking sports, I do regular news coverage too, and I was talking to a reporter one time, a very, very well-known female reporter, and we were talking about something, and she was giving her opinion, I was giving mine, then I asked her a question. Savage995, first time on the show, first time on Periscope, welcome. So I asked her a question, and here's what she said. She goes, off the record? I'm like, yes, off the record. Then she answered. So off the record is pretty much basically saying, you can't talk about this to anybody.
Right.
You can't put it in print. But if Lane Kiffin told the Sports Illustrated, and plus he's late all the time, Saban said he's immature. Look at the pattern of Kiffin being fired. But
He's a master at calling the plays. And I'm telling you,
if he's such a dadgum master, why is he getting fired? Oh, I don't know. Because you're taking another coaching job in the middle of the season.
Hold on, Saban's done that before too.
I don't give a crap. Saban's a winner, dude.
Okay, but all right, so
you do not before the national championship game, brother.
I'm rooting for Alabama to win. But I'm just telling you, if Alabama gets beat up in this game or loses this game, and the offense looks different, people are going to say, why didn't you wait to fire him until after the national title game?
Because he is a distraction. He missed...
No, they're undefeated. He couldn't have been that much of a distraction.
Oh, really? So he's missing meetings and being late to meetings.
One more game.
No.
Fire him after the season's over.
He's missing meetings because he's trying to arrange his coaching staff for his other...
He's calling the plays and they're winning the games. It doesn't matter. If Sarkisian play calling strategy does not work, and because he can call the same plays, but Lane Kiffin called plays a certain way, and if I'm telling you,
what would be funny if the Patriots win the Super Bowl and Roger Goodell have to hand them the freaking that would be fun.
That would be fun. I'm just saying they lose the national championship game, and I'm going to put it on that.
Well, first off, Nick Saban was sending a message. We got someone saying, let's go Raiders. Nick Saban was saying a message. He's saying, listen, dude, I don't care how good you are, what you do, when, where, how, what. You're a distraction. You're gone. And I applaud Nick Saban for that. But real quick, man, I got to give my Oklahoma Sooners a shout-out.
I watched part of that game.
I told you what.
Went off.
Listen, everybody.
He broke Billy Sims' record.
Hey, everybody that's watching us right now and everyone that's listening, I said on the show, and I am a man of my dadgum word, I went to the University of Oklahoma. Okay, so when I say my Sooners, I mean my dadgum Sooners. But I said this, because Joe Mixon knocked the girl freaking out. And the Sooners kind of brushed her under the table. And I said, if Joe Mixon is playing on that team when they play in the Sugar Bowl against Auburn, I am not watching the game. And I'm going to tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I am a man of my word. I did not watch 1 second of the game.
Honestly, I didn't realize he was on the field until late in the game because I wasn't watching it like the whole time. I was flipping back and forth, but I was watching P. Ryan just destroying.
That's fine. But that's fine. I don't applaud a man. We're not going to say his name again. I don't applaud a man that hits a woman. And hits a woman like that. But I'll tell you what, Joe Mixon, if I ever see you at an OU mixer, I'm going to punch you in the face just like you punched the girl. Then I'm going to get arrested, and I'm going to tell everybody why I punched you in the face.
All right, Lewis, you're playing Grand Theft Auto, enjoying our live stream. Thank you, sir, for watching.
All right. Ask that question again. Didn't see it. So I'm off my soapbox now.
Are you down again?
So, yeah, I'm down. Down with the sickness.
I think bouncing back to what?
Let's talk about the Clemson-Alabama game. Everybody, right now, if you're a betting person,
I'm having a hard time with
this. If the person is watching the show that told me that they put I'll wait till we get to MMA for that because I'm going to jump your...
Hey.
What?
So,
Pays for horses.
Ever since you said we should go put money on Clemson. So I looked at it and I called my dad.
I was just going to say that. I got to tell everybody first.
Okay.
Everybody that is betting on this game, put your money on Clemson. Put your money on Clemson. I'm telling you.
So my dad agrees after we talked about it, and I was looking at it. He says you can root for Alabama the whole game long. He said if you want to make some money on this, he said it wasn't the fact that Clemson beat Ohio State. It was the way they beat Ohio State. They manhandled Ohio State.
Okay.
They barely beat them.
This guy Poland says, I'm a Houston Texans fan.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. All right. Do you remember the fight? Ireland is watching the show, and Mr. McGregor lover. You remember when Diaz slapped McGregor across the face?
The whole world remembers it.
Well, that's what Clemson's going to do to Alabama. I'm telling you.
A couple teams that were supposed to smack them this year. Clemson was really up for that game. But here's the thing: people have pointed out Clemson was so up for that game, but they're going to come out flat in this game because they were really up for that game. You can see it. They jumped on them like a bareback horse. It was up so fast, and then the defense just locked it in.
Well, I'm telling you right now that
I haven't seen Ohio State get dominated like that in like 5 years. I haven't seen a team in 5 years dominate Ohio State like that.
Well, I'm telling you, who's going to win Saturday's game? What's the date Saturday? What game are you talking about?
Probably the Raider game.
Be more freaking specific.
There's gonna be
Raymond Torres. Hey, you know what? I love you guys that watch. I bust your balls a little bit, but when you ask a question, be specific. I love you though. But no, here's the thing.
What's the point spread in this game?
They got Alabama by 6.5.
Alabama was 6.5.
They got Alabama by 6.5. Y'all heard of my father, Gerald McClellan? Oh my God, this is one of those. Okay, anyway, get back to this. Take Clemson in the points, everybody. Take Clemson in the points.
Is it that close?
Mm-hmm.
All right. How much are you sure of that? How much do you want to put on that?
Is whatever I got is what I'm willing to put on it.
Oh, okay.
All right, so real quick, MLB South Korea manager is removing Jung Ho Kang from the WBC, which is the World Baseball Classic, for a DUI arrest. So I'm glad that the guy is freaking acting on that, and he's saying, you know what? You got a DUI arrest. You could suck it, and you're not playing.
Yeah.
So another news in baseball is, let me ask you a question. In the offseason, so we've got Steve from Steve's house. First day on Periscope. Welcome to the show. So, what do you think that the Bay Area teams, a la the Oakland A's and the San Francisco Giants, what do you think they need to concentrate on players going for in the offseason?
The A's need an entire new team.
Okay.
I mean, they need a lot. They're like I would say they're probably closely related with the Cleveland Browns in football, who own the team. I mean, they need. There's so much. They don't have enough salary cap, unfortunately. I don't think to fix what they need. I mean, get some bats and get some pitching.
Okay.
I mean, the Giants.
So, Ghost Hunter, welcome to the show. Boom 4x4, welcome.
The Giants, they need some pitching. They need a couple closers.
Yes,
pitching. You need to add a bat. I probably not as bad as the A's need it, but they definitely need some closers.
Do you know who they need to get rid of? Sergio.
Yeah, it's time.
His name is Sergio Romo, but I call him Sergio No Mo. So, one last question in MLB. Should Major League Baseball regulate ticket prices or parking prices? Yes or no?
I don't know. That's a tough one. All right. It's a tough one. I mean,
let me give you this.
All the arenas have to be all in sync with each other?
No, I'm not saying in sync. Here's what I'm saying. I'm from Los Angeles.
Don't let them get too high.
I've been to Dodger games. Now, when you go up to a Dodger, so Carrie 60, welcome to the show. So, if you go to the Dodger ticket office, you got a square box. It is an 8x10 square box on the wall. It's got a picture. and it's got prices in blue, red, yellow, and green.
All right.
So the tickets are going to be priced based on what day and what team is in town. So on Friday,
And you have the Giants.
you can go to a game. Well, okay, we'll just say. Okay, we'll pick the Giants. We'll just go with the Giants.
Right.
So if you go to say like a game that's playing the Chicago Cubs, well the ticket price is going to be 3 times as high. Doesn't matter if the Chicago Cubs suck or not because it's the Chicago Cubs. So when you have different teams coming into play, you will pay higher ticket prices.
Yeah.
And I'm talking what you could have bought on Friday night because the Giants, they have games. They got $6 games and $8 games and $12 games. Now, granted, it's upper
The
level.
Dodgers come to town, it's not $8.
But let me tell you this: there's not a bad seat in AT&T Park. But
Yeah.
the night before you paid $14 or $22 for a ticket, the Dodgers come to town, then that ticket becomes $60 or $80. Now, I did sit Giants, Dodgers, Jackie Robinson Day. And I was first base side, 2 rows up, next to the Dodgers bullpen. I paid $100 a piece for those tickets.
Okay.
Now, I think they should regulate parking prices because
Yeah,
you can go that same way. You can go in one parking and it's $15, but then the Dodgers come in and it goes up to $50, and that is a quarter of a mile from the stadium. You come off of 2nd Street underneath the overpass, and you'll pay premium prices, and it's freaking stupid. So I think that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying every ticket's got to be the same across the nation, but what I'm saying is you can't jack up a price from one day to the next 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
All right. Once we talk, we're doing more of that.
NBA. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
This gentleman right here,
Say his name. People know who you're talking about.
Dwayne Wade. His knee's been swollen, or he's swelling. And this is what I was going to say. I think he's got a year or 2 left. That's
Dwayne Wade should have retired when he last won champion. When he won his last championship.
He's hanging on. I don't know if he's going to make it this year to finish. His knees are really bothering him.
I don't think so either.
I think he thought he could get 1, maybe 2 years out of him. I think he retires and watches Gabrielle and his wife.
Okay.
Her career because he needs to hang him up so he can walk.
Here's a legitimate question. Should players chase championships? And let me qualify this for you monkeys out there that may not understand what I'm saying. And I'm not being disrespectful, but sometimes people ask me to dumb it down for them, and I do that. So, chasing a championship meaning LeBron James chased a championship. He went to Miami because of Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh.
He got one.
Now, he won there, but he chased it. Durant, I believe, is chasing a championship because he went from Oklahoma City. He could have went to Boston, but he didn't. So he came out to the West Coast to the Warriors. Is that bad? Yes or no? And tell me why.
I don't think it's bad because for Kevin Durant specifically on a case-by-case scenario, for him, he's accomplished pretty much everything else in his career that he's wanted to do. At this point, icing on the cake is he wins a championship or 2 in the next 2 to 3 years. I think if he won a title this year, he stays another year and tries to go for
Who's going to win Saturday's game? Houston, Texas. Thank you. God, man, it took you 15 freaking minutes, but thank you.
No, I'm saying, but
No, he asked a question. I got to answer.
go ahead.
Houston, Texans. There's your answer.
Oakland Raiders.
All right.
So he goes and he goes and wins a title this year. I think he stays for one more year because he has a 2-year contract, and he tries to win more. Now, if they don't win one this year and they get to the top, but they don't win it, and they get there next year and they win it, I think he rides off in the sunset and retires.
Okay, so
For him, no, I don't think it's a bad deal.
all right, we got
Dwayne Wade though.
we got a few minutes. Let's 86 everything else. We got a lot of MMA fans watching.
Oh yeah, let me wait on this.
So let's talk some MMA. Let's talk about UFC 207. Now, granted, it happened last Saturday. What was your favorite fight of the night, and what was your least favorite fight of the night?
Favorite fight: Cody Garbrandt and Dominic Cruz.
All right, Dominic Cruz looked like a freaking retard.
He looks like an uncoordinated baby giraffe.
He is
just born out of the womb.
He's got little tiny arms and little tiny man.
But he was wobbling around. And
you know why he was wobbling?
No oxygen to his brain.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you exactly why, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, when an MMA fighter cuts weight, sometimes, like 95% of the time, ran deep for a weight loss.
Ran deep.
They will do extreme things to cut weight, and I mean extreme things. So here's what happened. I've seen this before. Cook got to hit Murray on the check down. Okay, so when you cut down, you are losing blood oxygen. You are losing adipose tissue. You are losing muscle tissue. You are. It is one of the most unhealthy things that you could do. So when you cut weight, not everybody, but him was to the extreme. He really didn't know where he was. Now, when I say he looked drunk, what I'm saying is when you lose oxygen in the brain, you have a drunk appearance. Cruz did not look like he knew what the crap was going on. He was swinging at ghosts. And Garbrandt, he showboated a little bit too much. When he knocked Cruz down the first time, he should have got on the floor and beat the piss out of him.
I thought it was funny when he swung at him and he missed, and Garbrandt, and then he went like this. And then he swung, and Garbrandt moved 3 different times, and he missed them all 3 times, which did not help Dominic Cruz's case because he made him look even more stupid. I think Garbrandt could have put him away a couple of times, and I think chose not to.
All right, so before we go on to the other fights, let's do. And I was waiting for this show because I knew we were
first fight of the night.
We're going to come in that at last.
Okay.
Because I knew we were going to be on Orange Radio Global tonight out of Boston, Massachusetts. Guys, go to the TuneIn and download their app.
Right.
And we go to our website, sportsinsideronline.com. Follow us on social media, and you can listen to all the archive shows. But get on Orange Radio Global. So here's 2016 by the numbers. These little nuggets for you guys that I love to give for the UFC. So, 40 UFC events in 2016. 40. Okay? There were 12 pay-per-views. A lot of money.
Yep.
There were 23 Fox and Fox Sports 1 events.
Right.
There were 5 UFC Fight Pass events. 10 countries were visited by the Octagon: Australia, Brazil, Canada, Croatia, England, Germany, Ireland, Mexico, Netherlands, and of course the United States of America. 2 of those countries, Croatia and Netherlands, were new to the UFC. Okay? So they were 151 knockouts. 58 submissions, 106 first-round finishes, including 1 no contest. There were 7 draws. I won't go over who they were, but there's 7 of them. There were 17 UFC title fights.
Right.
3 interim title fights.
Mm-hmm.
9 new UFC champions. Welcome to the show, 1 Pastel. They were 155, 145 pounds or weight classes that Conor McGregor won the UFC titles with. 3 new interim UFC champions.
Right.
1,569 days between the current UFC bantamweight champion Dominic Cruz winning the belt and against TJ Dillashaw. But of course, you know, it's done now.
Right.
3,360 days between the beginning WEC 26 and the end of UFC 199. 34-10 Uriah Faber's pro record. A few more pages but these are the nuggets, people, that I like to give you. For those of you just joining, you're watching Sports Insider, coming to you live out of Boston, Massachusetts with Orange Radio Global.
Yeah.
A few more numbers. You've got 19-9 UFC WC record by the California Kid. 19 seconds it took for Chase Skelly to snatch an anaconda choke of Maximo Blanco. Anthony Johnson won in 13 seconds. 18 finishes in 2016 were under a minute, 15 knockouts, and 3 submissions. 23 minutes and 30 seconds of time into a bout. Incredibly, Miesha Tate secured a rear naked choke of Holly Holm. But then Miesha Tate freaking wussed out because she's a little wussy, and it wasn't even locked in, and she tapped out. I'll just scoot down. In 12 days' notice that Diaz took the fight against McGregor and beat him up. Let's see. There's 7,736 days between UFC's first event in the state of New York at UFC 7 and UFC 205 as the New York legislature lifted the ban last March. So I got a few more UFC by the numbers, but I will do that next show. But those are just some of the little nuggets that I like to give you guys. So let's finish with the fights that we like.
So, the fights that we like.
We got about 4 more minutes of the show, folks.
Okay, well, so the fight that you asked me one fight that was my favorite fight, and one was my worst fight.
Oh, you like the Cruz fight was your favorite fight?
I thought that was
okay. All right.
I thought that was the favorite fight of mine of the night.
All right, that's you, brother.
You know, I said I really enjoyed that fight from start to beginning. Even though I know Brian Garbrandt should have knocked him out a couple times. You know what? Dominic Cruz did talk a lot of mess before the fight. Maybe Garbrandt felt, you know what? I can knock him out.
Dominic Cruz, I'm going to tell you, brother. I'm going to tell you, the reason why he was like that, because he cut too much. I'm telling you, you saw him. He talked a bunch of mess, so I think Garbrandt was going to punish him the whole fight and not knock him out and make the fight last. Because even at the end of the fight, Garbrandt could have kept fighting. Garbrandt was ready for another 3 rounds. All right. So that was my fight of the night. All right. The fight that was my worst fight of the night was Ronda Rousey laying down for $3 million. All right. We're going to touch on this, and then we're going to pick it back up tomorrow night. Okay. So all you guys watch, we'll pick up this freaking conspiracy theory, but I'm going to have to agree with you. Hey, I'm picking up a conspiracy theory with the king. Almost king of conspiracy theories. Yes, I am. He has to look at this at least. I'm going to dive into this, but we only have 4 more minutes to the show. So can we say the conspiracy theory till tomorrow? Yes, we can. All right, so let's do that. Yes. Tune in, ladies and gentlemen. So, my favorite fight was the Ronda Rousey fight because I was on Nunez's jock the whole time. I told everybody that Nunez was going to come out and knock her. It's just like the movie Friday. You got knocked up out. And there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I can't say that. Yeah, you can't say that. We'll have South Sacramento come and knocking on my door. Like, what you say, brother? They would say, what's up? Yeah. But hey, Nunez, she came out when she hit. Ronda was putting up her hands like she was some kind of drunk monkey. Meow. Yeah. Like, I told you it's part of the act before she laid. Ronda, when she got hit the first time, she was like, what just happened to me? She got her tippy toes on. That's why I knew something up here. I'm going to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Nunez is the new king of freaking UFC. Men or women. Done. Conor McGregor, forget about it. Nunez, she punishes people, and I love her. And when I see her, I'm going to give her a big kiss. We need to write Dana White. 2017, by the end of summer 2017, we need McGregor, Diaz 3. Well, you know what? Yeah, I think we should go meet White and be like, look, we're going to get you in a room. We're going to call Jerry Jones, and we're going to make a deal at freaking AT&T Stadium. Dude, I think that's where the fight should be. We'll just take 1% of all freaking pay-per-view. That's all we'll take. Do you know how much money that fight's going to bring? Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got about 30 seconds. We want to thank everybody in Boston, Massachusetts for listening to the show. We want to thank everybody listening to Armed Radio Global, everybody from across the world watching us. We had Kuwait, we had Brazil, we had Ireland, we had Paris. So we want to thank everybody. Tune in Friday night, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. We love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Peace out. We'll see you next time. Love you.